Okay, so why would you even want to host a workshop? Like, what are you thinking? Is anyone even going to show up? How are you going to get people there? Oh my gosh, you're crazy to take this project on. Those are the questions that I had when I first decided to host my very first workshop. And now I'm actually on workshop number 3. In fact, it's coming up next week, which I'll tell you more about in a moment. I'm Jeannie Spiro. I'm the founder of JeannieSpiro.com, and I'm here with you to talk to you today about 8 easy ways for you to fill your workshop. So if it's something you've been thinking about doing and it's been on the horizon for you, I'd like to share with you some strategies, and I actually might even throw a few bonuses in here as well, but some strategies on how you can fill your workshop. But first, let's talk about why it's important for you to consider doing it. So statistically, you typically will sell higher and have better sales when you're selling in person. So even though I'm a huge advocate of having an online business and I teach how to host webinars and teleseminars and how to get people there and how to convert from them, I do think that selling from your workshops and hosting workshops is extremely effective. So if you're in a position where you're looking to bring in more business, maybe sell some products, courses, books, programs, whatever, or even your one-on-one services, a workshop is an amazing way to do it. A lot of people wonder, though, well, how are they going to get people to the workshop? And so even before we talk about, what your topic is, let's just talk about a couple strategies on how you can get people there. So as I mentioned before, I'm hosting the Talk Design Workshop, which is coming up on April 24th here in Rhode Island. Very excited. It's my 3rd event, and it's a one-day event. So the first thing was I said I would like to host this event. It's something I'm really excited about doing because I really love being able to take the topics that I love teaching and doing it in a live environment as well. Even though I do a lot of work online, I also love and I come alive when I'm speaking in person and when I'm working with people. And I think a lot of us need that interaction as business owners. I don't know about you, but I really think that it's very helpful as a business owner for me to be able to leave my environment periodically and go somewhere else where I can learn. And so I don't always go to every single event that I see, but there are certain ones that I'm excited to attend, not only for the community, not only for who I might meet there, but obviously for the topic. So what I did was came up with a topic that I love talking about, which is, again, all about how to design a signature talk and how to use it when you're speaking live and when you're speaking through teleseminars or webinars that you host. And I knew that this was a hot topic. So this was easy for me to come up with something because I knew it was hot already. And that's the key. Obviously, you want to come up with a hot topic. And then I thought, okay, so what are some ways I'm going to fill this event? I've done this before. What's a simple way for me to do it? So I came up with these strategies I'm going to share with you now. So the very first thing that I did, because this is what I do, is I decided to host a webinar. And the webinar was all about basically how to design a talk. And so I provided information in the webinar about designing a signature talk, and I also invited people from that webinar to come and learn how to implement what they learned in that webinar training in a one-day workshop with me. So very simply, you can do the same. You can host a teleseminar or a webinar to do that. Obviously, then the next thing I did was I said, well, how can I keep this speaking thing going? So every time I spoke in the last few months, I mentioned that I was hosting a workshop. So at the end of my presentations, I offered a ticket to my live event. So that's strategy number 2. Strategy number 3 was I went to networking events. Simple thing. Every time I went to a networking event, I brought a flyer about my workshop with me. So I didn't want to sell anything else other than attending my workshop. Granted, I'd hand out my business card, but I wanted them to know that they could also come to my workshop. So that was strategy number 3. Strategy number 4 was I emailed my mailing list and I let everybody on my mailing list know about my workshop so that it wasn't just in my newsletter itself, but it was that I sent out solo mailers all about the workshop coming up and an invitation to attend. Strategy number 5 was I also took my webinar on the road and I spoke in front of other people's mailing lists. So I spoke in front of their community, they hosted me, and then I basically got to talk about my my topic, signature talks, and I taught that, and I invited them to come to my workshop. Strategy number 6 was I went out to all my past clients, and I said, okay, past clients, do you want a refresher on your signature talk? Do you want to learn how you can kind of kick it up a couple notches and really design a killer talk? And, now that I've been doing this and really gotten awesome at it, which, I love doing, come on over to this workshop on this particular day. It's a refresher for you, but I'd love to have you there because maybe you're at a point where you're hosting more teleseminars or webinars or doing live speaking engagements, and it's time for you to host a new one. So that was the 6th one. The 7th one was that I found a sponsor to host the event for me, so that what I said was you get to be able to come to my event and also sponsor at my event. In exchange, I'm going to provide some tickets, for you to be able to give to your clients as well. There's so many more. Oh my gosh, I can keep going. But the last one I wanted to cover was that you can host your own like course or program, and or even every client that you bring in, that you give them a ticket, an automatic ticket to your event. So those are 8 simple ways. Really easy, guys. Not so hard for you to do this. You just basically need to get out of your way. Now, I would, of course, love to invite you to come, if it works for you, to come to the Talk Design Workshop. All the details are below. We are limited in seats now. We have a maximum of 40 seats available, and we're running down the wire here to not very many left. And I'm excited because we have an amazing group coming. So if it works for you, love to see you there. The details below to register are all there. And I'd also love to hear from you about what you'd like to learn about how you can fill your events, and how you can use speaking as a way to grow your business, and how you can attract more clients when you speak and sell your services and products. Love to hear what you'd like to know more about when it comes to any of that. Workshops, hosting them, speaking live, using teleseminars or webinars. What topics do you want me to cover in my newsletter? So please let me know in the comments below. I'll come back every week with another episode. I promise. Can't wait to bring you more. Until then, this is Jeannie Spiro signing off. Look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.